show has baseball coming your way from Tropicana Field here in St. Petersburg. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Oakland A's and the Tampa Bay Rays. Major League Baseball on the show starts now. Chris Archer is ready to go as he'll be on the hill for Tampa Bay. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, you'll know Chris Archer's good if he's able to throw that high fastball up in the zone. He's primarily a two-pitch pitcher. A good fastball he'll ride up in the zone, and a hard slider. Not really a true slider, more of a slurve, kind of in between a slider and a curveball. One of the keys for Chris, establishing first pitch strikes with either of the fastball or the hard off-speed pitch.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
One strike now from Archer. Ooh, he saws him off with that one. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there's your first out of the ball game.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 2, Starling Marte.
So one out and nobody aboard, and that'll bring up Starling Marte. Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
And that'll bring up Matt Olson. He swings here and sends a chopper to the left side. One there, relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. So no runs on one base hit, no errors, and no one left on. And now the Rays will get their first opportunity in a scoreless ball game. So now here is Brandon Lau. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Ball one.
The second baseman, Brandon Lau.
The 1-0 home is a curveball taken low for a ball. Into the corner and slicing foul. Popped him up. Chapman is under it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Batting second, the shortstop, Wander.
Now one down with the bases empty, and here comes the 5-tool middle infielder Wander Franco. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one, 1-0.
In today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player, I'd rather give you 6 inches off east-west than to have you call that high fastball.
Time to take a look at the umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Mike Fillmore.
Hey, D-Roll, Mike Fillmore, one of the most consistent umpires throughout the league. Both pitchers and position players love this guy.
Yeah, I think one of the best in the business. How I judge a good teammate is every day he opens that door. Is he consistent? Can I count on him? Mike Fillmore is the exact same way behind the dish.
Fouled off. Bases are empty, one man out. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. And that misses 2-2.
Tough to take a pitch like that right there, especially in a 1-2 count. You almost get in that auto swing mode. Great job to work the count back to even.
And it's fouled away. The 2-2 one more time.
You know, we'll see him work both sides of the plate with his curveball. Maybe not that far in, but he'll move that pitch around the zone to give it a different look.
Pulled toward right center field. Marte's after it. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Batting first.
Ji-Man Choi the next to hit, looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. And now a pitch on the way. And that's cut on and missed. 0-1. And he fouls this one off. The 0-2 home. Now here's a swing and a high pop-up drifting into shallow right field. And now Harrison will look this one in to retire the side. Rays go in order 1-2-3. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. So now it's Mark Canha. He'll stand in against Chris Archer to get the inning underway.
Mark Canha.
First offering on its way. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Kiermaier comes on now, and he has it one down.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 15, Seth Brown.
So stepping in is Seth Brown. First pitch coming. Here it is. Got him to go up the ladder there for strike one.
Oh, this is what you get fired up for right here. Hard fastball against a power hitter. I know he was late right there, but if he comes back, this one might not come back.
Hit softly on the ground to third. Fielded cleanly. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him.
Batting sixth, the third baseman, Chapman.
And that'll bring in Matt Chapman. Back up the middle. And that finds its way through for a base hit.
A lot of traffic hitting the base pass first and second with one out. I know you're looking for a double play ball, Dan.
No question about it. I think one of the things you like to do on a pitcher is try to jump on him early before he gets settled in. So far, so good. First and second looks like a big inning could be brewing.
Here's Jed Lowry now, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Right side, but it's well foul. From the stretch. This one's blooped out toward right center field. And nobody can get there in time. Base hit. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet. But the bases are loaded with one away.
Boy, this looked like it could have been a quick inning, get the first out, and then boom, 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 three singles. All of a sudden, they're loaded with one out.
Yeah, this is execution at its best right here. One out. He's still got double play in order. If he can make a pitch, he can get out of it. If he doesn't, crooked number goes up.
That's in there. Base hit. And not in time as the run scores.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. Get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%, not trying to do too much, able to quiet the moment down, center himself, and come through in a big spot.
In at the plate is Sean Murphy, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. He could really open this lead up early if he can deliver here with the bases loaded. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Now this is hit not all that hard out to second. And indeed, he'll take only the out at first as the run comes in to score. Josh Harrison stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Looking to minimize the damage here as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one.
Even though it's early on in this one, anytime you get runners in scoring position, you'd like to knock them in.
Close there, but he doesn't get the call with the breaking ball. Lowry on third. Kemp at second with 2 gone. Ground ball sent back up the middle. He's got it. Throw on to first, and a good job of working out of that one with just limited damage as the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. On now to the bottom of the second. Oakland is on top in this one, 2-0. Last half of the second set to go, and standing in is the DH, Nelson Cruz.
Hey, Matty, they need to get some offense going in this one. Getting a run back in this inning, give them a little bit of confidence that they can keep up in this game.
First offering on its way.
You can bet he wants that one back at the plate right now. That's a pitch you normally see a guy drive if he has the right approach going.
A 1 pitch on its way. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. Gone! A solo home run from Nelson Cruz. And the Rays have cut this to a 2-1 ball game now.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in the game.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Meadows.
Standing in now, Austin Meadows, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Oh, right back to him on the mound. And he'll flip on to first to record the out.
Batting sixth, the right fielder, Randy.
First offering. Behind 0-2 now. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Brown is over near the line now as he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Joey Wendell. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Hit out towards second. Reined in. Throw on to Olsen will take care of him at first, and that ends the inning. But not before they're able to at least get 1 back on the solo home run. We've played 2. It's the A's 2, the Rays 1. Back with Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as Starling Marte steps in to start out the inning.
Starling Marte.
Here's the first pitch to him. Takes this the other way to right, and that's a base hit. So a little first pitch swing in there as he's on to kick off the inning.
Hey, there's a base hit to lead off the third inning. Talk about having a lot of traffic, D-Roll. He's given up several hits already, so he's been in the stretch most of the game.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Dan. That is the name of the game for this offense. They're trying to get this guy in the stretch. Hopefully he misses over the heart of the plate like he's been doing so far up until this point.
Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Now back, the left fielder, Mark Canha.
Stepping in now, Mark Canha. And now the runner breaks for the plate. And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right. And now the runner breaks for the plate. Weakly hit to third. And indeed, he'll take only the out at first as the run comes in to score.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. Brings home the run with a ground ball, but also moves the other guy over to third base. Good job of keeping it simple there.
So now to the plate, Seth Brown. From the belt, the pitch. He swings and grounds it to short. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
That grounder was hard hit, and sometimes the runner at third will have to hold on a ball like that, but he was off on contact, and they opted to take the out at first instead.
Base is empty, 2 away, and that means Matt Chapman will dig in at the plate. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball.
Boy, he sped him up in this at-bat. Now it's time for the changeup. This guy's got a good one, and he hasn't thrown it yet in this at-bat.
Here comes the 1-2. Hit the other way out toward right field. Rosarena gets under it and makes the catch to end the inning. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The A's lead it 4-1. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Mike Zunino.
The catcher, Mike.
First pitch of the AB now. Swing, and there it goes. Deep to left. No chance at bringing this one back. A leap at the wall, but forget it. It's gone. A home run. It's a solo homer here for Mike Zunino. And the Rays draw closer. It's now a 4-2 ball game.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try.
The center fielder.
Here comes Bob Melvin now out of the Oakland dugout. And that'll do it here for his starter, Yusmeiro Petit. So he will curiously make his way to the dugout after what has to be considered a very brief appearance. Lou Trevino is going to jump into this one much earlier than I think he ever anticipated. Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. No outs, nobody on. Didn't get on top of the sinker at all, if that's what it was trying to be. It stayed high. Fouled away. Ready to deliver the 1-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Marte is under it. 1 away. At the plate now is Brandon Lau. Lifetime versus this arm. Small sample, a perfect 1 for 1. From the stretch, here's the pitch as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. 1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1. 2-1 to the Rays leadoff batter. Two and two.
He must know something we don't know. That was a center cut heater with count leverage in a big spot. I don't understand why he's taking.
Fouled off. Now another 2-2. Didn't miss by much there, but it's just a bit high.
You can certainly tell at bats like this one frustrate the heck out of a pitcher. But you got to find a way to stay composed and execute your plan.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Brandon Lau becomes out number 2 this inning. That brings up Wander Franco as he looks at a fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch hit in the air down the right field line. And he gets there, makes the running play, and that ends the inning. Rays answer right back on the solo home run. We're through 3 in St. Pete. It's the A's 4, the Rays 2. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Jed Lowry, a base hit in his first trip.
The designated hitter, Jed Lowry.
And now a pitch on the way. And he puts it on the ground to second. And a base hit, so he goes after the first pitch he sees, and he's on to open up the inning.
Man, I feel for him, but you've got to call a spade, right? He's really struggling. The sample size is 3+ innings, and in that time, he's given up 8 hits, so it might be time to cut your losses and make a change out there.
Fastball right back to the mound. To second for 1. On to first, and it's a double play. The second they've hit into in these first 4 innings, and there are 2 away now.
The catcher, Sean Murphy.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Sean Murphy will stand in for a second time here as he swings and misses there. It's 0-1.
Sometimes it's all about the stuff you have on a particular day. You take a look inside the numbers. 100% of his first pitches to batters have been for strikes, but the quality hasn't been there. He's going to have to make some changes.
But we'll have to press pause as that strike 3 to retire. And now, Ji-Man Choi, 0 for 1 for him here in this one. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. Hit hard right back up the middle, and he's got a leadoff single. Around first, he's digging for second. And he will pull into second with a leadoff double. Well, it's always daunting to know that you've got to deal with the 3, 4, 5 hitters to start out an inning, but even more so when the 3 hitter starts it out with a double.
Yeah, he's going to have to start making some good pitches to get out of this thing. Job number 1 is to get the next guy, and ideally you keep him from advancing the runner to third with less than 2 outs.
Austin Meadows stands in as he looks at a called strike.
What a well-executed fastball right there, down and away. If you're going to do any damage with that pitch, you have to think up the middle the other way, and you have to be diving and leaning out over that thing.
Lifted in the air to center field. Marte is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. So next to the plate for Tampa Bay, Randy Arozarena flew out last time up. A shot down the first baseline.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. Rays strand just all set for the start of the inning, and stepping in is the veteran shortstop, Josh Harrison.
Shortstop, Josh Harrison.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1. Down the third baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2.
He hasn't thrown that pitch much all game. I got to believe as an offense, you just got to throw that pitch away and move on to the next one.
A shortstop behind with a 1-2 count. Hit on the ground out to short. He's right there. And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. So bases are empty with 1 gone, and that'll bring up Starling Marte. And now the first pitch. Back up the middle and in for a base hit.
Well, these days don't happen often. You better dig yourself when you get 3 knocks in a big league Wago.
It's hard to have 3 hits in one day, but boy, this guy is off to a great start in this.
That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson. This one's flared out toward left, and that's in there, base hit.
Hey, there's a case of a jam sandwich right there. Not that bad of a pitch, but he's able to just be strong enough to loop that one into left field.
Dan, sometimes a jam sandwich tastes much better than a rocket right at somebody.
At the plate now, Mark Canha, as he will take a look at strike 1 on a fastball right down the pipe. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. One strike now from Archer. Grounded down the third baseline, but this will get foul for strike 2. A pause and the 0-2. This is on the ground over to first. There's one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. So no runs on 2 base hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. Last half of the 5th coming up. The A's lead this one 4-2. We're back at Tropicana Field, and let's check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, Rays manager Kevin Cash talked to me in between innings about his lineup's offensive production. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Joey Wendell digs in now. And to start out the inning, it looks like they've decided to stick with the same reliever out there, Dan.
They have, Matt. I think the way he pitched the last inning kind of inspired that. But it's not uncommon for relief pitchers to have troubles after they sit and watch their guys swing the bat a bit. We'll see if he stays as sharp as he was before.
Weak grounder down the first baseline. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The catcher.
Yeah, Matt, and going back to that last at-bat when he hit the homer, that was a fastball that was up in the zone. This guy likes the ball up in the zone, so if I'm on the mound right now, I'm thinking try to keep the ball at the knees and below. He doesn't handle that low pitch quite as well.
Loud contact off the bat of Zunino, and a ball sent to deep left field. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. So a solo shot down the line in left, his second of the game, as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now.
Well, this is something you don't see every day. It had the distance the second it left the bat, but it was anybody's guess whether it was going to be fair or foul. That is, until it clanked off the top of the foul pole. No question or controversy now. That's an impressive homer.
The 1-1 home is taken for ball 2. There's a fastball right down Broadway, taken for a strike. The 2-2. Hit on the ground out to short. Gloved by Harrison. And the off-balance throw will be too late, so a good effort that time, but it's an infield single.
Number 8, second baseman, Brandon.
Trevor Rosenthal enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with 1 out in the inning. Brandon Lau stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. Pitch misses low. The throw down is not close as he's in there with a stolen base.
You don't see that very often against this guy. This guy has one of the best arms in the game, but still a successful steal of second base.
Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. From the belt, the pitch.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
Another full count pitch home. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
The batter, number 5.
Digging in next, Wander Franco, trying here to plate the tying run from second. No balls and a strike to count. Comes set, the 0-1. Turned on, but it's wide of first and foul. Now he spins on one here and drives it to deep right field. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. At the plate, Ji-Man Choi, and it's fouled away. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. And he takes this one high, 1-1.
Just missed with that heater, but even if he wanted to swing, I don't think he could have caught up to that one.
3 runs already home here. To 2-2 now. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. So 2 home runs in the inning lead to 3 runs on the scoreboard. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. It's the Rays 5 and the Athletics 4. Striding in for Oakland, Seth Brown. He's 1 for 2 in this one.
Number 15, Seth Brown.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he goes the other way as this is hit high and deep out to straightaway left. But that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall. The relay, but it won't be in time, and it's a leadoff double.
1 pitch, 1 swing of the bat, and they've got a man in scoring position just like that. On the mound, he's probably happy it stayed in the yard. He jumped all over the first thing he saw and almost got to round the bases.
So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0 is chased out of the zone for strike 1.
Got to sit middle when a guy's trying to pitch around you. If he's going to give you first base, take it.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count.
Put that in a memory bank. First time he breaks out a curveball right there, and it's a pretty good one.
Here comes the 1-2. 4 runs, 11 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. And this is swung on and missed, and boy, they took care of a key man there. 1 away. Up next, Jed Lowry. A base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. The 0-1 pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. And there are 2 away now. Next, it'll be Tony Kemp, a potential tying run for him at third base. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss. Action in the Rays' pen now as they've got a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. And it's quickly 0-2. Lifted in the air out to right. And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. 1 left for Oakland. And the deficit holds at 5-4. Nelson Cruz is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Counts even at 1-1 to Nelson Cruz.
He obviously wanted that call on the corner, but if he continues to put the ball right there, he's going to get that call, and he's going to keep pitching as well as he is.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Austin Meadows is on deck. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Rays DH. Now the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Austin Meadows is in for the 3rd time as he looks at a ball high. It's 1-0. Swing, and there it goes. He got all of this one. A leap, but he can't bring it back into the park. It's a home run. So now to the plate, Randy Arozarena. No balls and 1 strike.
Must have been a good batting practice session today for this club. 5 home runs in 1 game. You could just see it as the game was going on. Those hitters, they couldn't wait to get to the bat rack. It was like a fight to get up there and to get into the batter's box.
Hey, he finds himself down 0-2 with the quickness. I know he's a great 2-strike hitter, but this at bat, he's going to have to find a way to nickel and dime and get this thing back to even.
And there's out number 2.
Now batting.
Now here's the first offering as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Into right field. That's a base hit. Mike Zunino to the plate again and looking for home run number 3 in the ball game. His 2nd coming back in the 5th. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0. Taken on the inside corner for strike 1.
One of the best ways to keep a guy uncomfortable is to pound him inside. They're doing that, and this one caught the zone.
Pitch on its way now to Zunino. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Rays tack on 1 more thanks to the...
Leading off for the Athletics, the catcher, Sean Murphy.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. But he's going to haul this one in on the run as he winds up just shy of the wall for the first out. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Josh Harrison. He bounced out last time up. A quick glove at third, and there are 2 gone. Here's Starling Marte. He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
2 outs, nobody on, but a base runner here feels like it would really change the complexion of the inning.
Big spot right here. Middle of the order guy is coming up. Let's see if he can extend the inning.
Still no balls and 2 strikes.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire. James Caprillion will take over on the mound to start the bottom of the 7th.
And leading off for the Rays,
Kevin Kiermaier set the plate now as he looks at strike one.
Kiermaier.
You know, a lot of guys don't like to swing at the first pitch. That might be the case with this one right here. Took a wheelhouse fastball, 0-0 center cut. Didn't even give the impression he was swinging.
And that's into the corner, a foul ball and right. The 1-2. Is swung on and missed, strike three.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
Brandon Lau comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. A ball and a strike.
That's the exact spot to lean on as a reliever. As a hitter, you just have to tip your cap and look for the next one.
And he fouls this one off. Checked his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire. Ball two. The 2-2. Sliced hard on the ground. Chapman's got it. Throw on to first will get him. Score at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are two away now. Wander Franco will stand in again as we flash you back to the middle innings here. This was a big blow, a two-run home run that really got his guys going.
Hey, this guy has come in and just done his job. Period. The end. Chance to toss a scoreless inning right here with two down. They're only down two. A bloop and a blast, and this game's tied.
The count now at 2-1. Into the windup and the pitch. Grounded to short. Harrison has it. And that will conclude matters here in the seventh. Down in order go the Rays. They still lead at 6-4. Andrew Kittredge has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the eighth. So here is Matt Olson. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here.
First baseman, Matt.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Now here's the pitch. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hole, 0-2.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
So here's the Oakland cleanup batter, Mark Canha. He was a double play victim last time around. Out in front of it, strike one. Now the 0-1. Strike two, swinging just out in front of the slider.
0-2 count. You could do just about anything you want right now. Up, down, in, out, hard, soft. Good time to be a pitcher.
And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball. Fouled away. And another foul ball.
Would love to have a meeting at the mound right now with the pitcher. Don't understand that pitch down and in with a fastball with 2 strikes. Maybe he's looking for a ground ball.
Grounded back up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a 1-out single.
It's the best competition in all of sport, the pitcher against the batter right there. He fouled off multiple pitches, refused to go down. Not only did he get a knock, but he ran some pitch total up too.
To the plate now, Seth Brown. And he's first pitch swinging here as he lines this one into left field for a base hit.
Yeah, that hard hit single right there. That's clean. 3 for 4. He's looking locked in.
So the next to bat will be Matt Chapman. Struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
And he will make the catch back there as they're a step closer to getting out of this with 2 away now. Next to hit, Jed Lowry. And Dan, this could be a real make-or-break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring 1 run in this inning is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
Kiermaier on the run. He gets there to make the play, and that ends the inning. A's strand a couple. Score remains steady at 6-4. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go. And here comes the first baseman, Ji-Man Choi.
The first baseman, Ji-Man Choi.
Here it comes.
Ball 1, no strike.
The 1-0.
Hey!
Ooh, I'm shocked he got away with that one, boys. Curveball right down the middle of the plate, and for him to take that pitch looking, he had to be sitting on something else, but he should have pulled the trigger.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
Nelson Cruz is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. And there's ball 1.
If you're going to have success against some of the better hitters in the game, you got to get that pitch right there. 0-2, he's almost certainly out. 1-1, he's got a chance to really do some damage.
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. So 1-2. Six runs, 8 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there.
Count even now at 1-1. Fouled off. Ground ball right into the shift. Harrison's got it, and 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Rays go. Ryan Thompson comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th. New inning set to get underway, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Tony Kemp. First delivery to him. Early swing there as he pulls it foul to the right side. Oh, and 2, here it is. And it's fouled away. The next 0-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. Next, here is Sean Murphy. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. First pitch on its way. Oh, and an ugly swing there. It's 0-1.
Hey, newsflash, think he was guessing, boys? Because that was an ugly swing right there.
Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And he strikes him out as well. So 2 punch-outs to begin the outing out of the pen. Next to stand in is Josh Harrison. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. Just gets a piece of it, strike 1.
You can definitely tell with that foul off right there that he's picking up spin on this pitcher's off-speed stuff. Maybe expect a fastball on this next one.
Here's the 0-1. And now this relatively sparse crowd comes to their feet one final time. Now a swing, and the barrel of the bat breaks in 2 that time. Throw on to first, and the ball game is over.
Hey, this was a pretty tightly played game. Got a little bit of everything in this one. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching, and defense in certain spots. This one was a fun one to watch.
6-4 the outcome today. The Tampa Bay Rays sent 5 balls over the wall to come out on top in this one. Chris Archer is the winning pitcher of record. So that'll do it for us. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to the new website, theshow.com.
Squad hustle like a relay, run it back like a replay. No time for that he say. Got care about what she say. Self-care like eat, pray. Give thanks before I eat, pray. But tell a hater that I eat, pray. I'm like Miami where the heat's at. Now I'm riding up to 2. You would think I'm in the 6. Born Jan 26, 36, but I never the brick.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game for the Victoria.